At Reading, we're investigating the ways in which we can use new computer-based technologies to help support people as they grow older, so that they can live safely and independently in their own homes with a high quality of life. And this is a very timely area of research because the statistics and the trends are showing that we are an ageing population and that this trend is going to increase over the coming decades. Whilst it's good that many of us are now living to old age, unfortunately, as we age, we experience a decline in perhaps our vision or our hearing or our mental or physical agility. And we might acquire long-term conditions as well. So, for example, Parkinson's disease, stroke, or dementia. However, despite this frailty, most people would still rather remain in their own homes, living independently for as long as possible. Technology can be used in a number of different ways to help people live safe and secure and independent lives in their own homes. But we can't look at the technology in isolation. What we need to do is work as a multidisciplinary team. And at Reading, this is just what we're doing. We're working across a number of schools and departments in the university. We're working with older people, we're working with their carers to create these multidisciplinary solutions.
Well, we use technology in terms of designing buildings in a variety of ways, and those have been drawn clearly from our research projects that we've carried out in the area over many years, with a particular focus for older people and people with disabilities. We've used extensively lighting, colour and contrast, where we're probably preeminent in the world in terms of those studies. But we've always had a strong link with other departments in the university. And one example of that is in computer science and systems engineering, where we're looking at the opportunity to include audio and visual clues on a computer screen to try and simulate for designers what visually impaired people actually see.
In order to make sure that what we develop is useful to people, is comfortable for them to wear, and doesn't invade in an acceptable way their privacy, we work closely with end users, with their carers, and with the organisations that support them. And also we have at Reading a network which engages looking at these particular issues and at putting research, disability and ageing research into practice, so moving it from a research arena into the outside community where it would help. In one project, we're working with the European Consortium to develop a wrist-worn device that will assist people to, with their daily activities. So it can be worn in the house or whilst walking out in their environments, and it will enable them, help them with tasks such as reminding them to take their medicine, locating where they are if they get lost, calling for help if they fall or develop serious health problems, or even controlling their environment, so it will turn their television or their lights on and off for them. So a number of activities that they would do on a daily basis and which they may potentially have problems with as they get older in life. Another of our areas of research is to ensure that computer-based technologies can be used by anyone, regardless of their age, disability or computer experience. This may be through developing interfaces that are adapted to a particular person's preferences, for example by having larger text or icons, for having audicons as well as icons, or perhaps different colour schemes that they can see more readily. It could also be linked with designing websites that are more simple and clearer for someone to use, and also in developing more intuitive or natural ways of interacting with a computer than with a traditional keyboard and mouse. So this might be using sound or vision or motion or even touch. Loneliness and isolation can also be problems faced by some older people who perhaps through ill health or fears about their safety and security can't get outside to visit family and friends. And again, we can use technologies to help alleviate these problems. So for example, we could use adapted forms of social networking sites, of computer conferencing facilities, of networked games such as the Wii, or virtual environments to create environments in which older people can interact and socialise with each other without actually having to leave the home. We have got an ageing society, and we should embrace the fact that we have an ageing society, but equally we should also realise that we need to adapt to this society, and using new technologies is one way in which we can do this in order to keep people in their own homes where they want to be, independent, safe and secure, and enjoying life for as long as possible.